everybody, so new review today. We're talking about the 6th and final season of Lucifer. This one's a really sad one for me because I've been a fan of this show since the very beginning. Those first 3 seasons that were on Fox, to its cancellation, to saving Lucifer, and then Netflix, of course, giving us a couple more seasons before this final season airs on September 10th. With this being the final season of Lucifer, though, I do have to give a major shout out to all the Lucifer fans around the world because it's been such a blast covering the show all these years on the channel, talking about it with you guys, and that's something I'm really going to miss about this show is the actual community of Lucifer fans around the world. So, huge shout out to you guys. I'm going to miss you guys. Make sure you share your thoughts down below when you do get a chance to check out the episode. As we saw at the end of last season, Lucifer has become God, but he's still kind of hesitating to accept the position, causing things to kind of spiral out of control, the world having no God. But at the same time, though, a mysterious new character appears to throw more wrenches into things for Lucifer and company in the final season. If there's one thing the series knows how to do correctly, it's be very entertaining, and once again, the final season is no different. They really swing for the fences and try a lot of fun and different, interesting scenarios that you haven't seen too much in the previous seasons. The cases themselves are still top-notch, from magician murder mysteries, Lucifer investigating a drag queen's murder, more musical numbers, hell, even some animated segments. Level of creativity is still running high in the show. Tom Ellis's fun, charming charisma still is one of the best highlights of this show in each and every episode. Same goes for Lauren German as Chloe. Isn't it great that they're finally together? We can finally say that Chloe and Lucifer are a couple this time around. One thing that's kind of unfortunate is that Lucifer and Chloe don't really go on a whole lot of cases in this season. There's a lot of other stories going on that involve them, so they can't really do a whole lot of murder mysteries. It's somewhat tough to talk about various plot points in the season because surprisingly Netflix has omitted a lot of the major plot points from that trailer, so there's going to be a lot of surprises going in. So I do have to try and beat around the bush when it comes to that stuff, so my apologies if I'm a little vague. The trailer would lead you to believe that a lot of the season is focused around Lucifer and his hesitancy to become God, which is a plot point in the show, but more so the overall plot of the final season is focused around our new character, Rory, played by Brianna Hildebrand, Negasonic Teenage Warhead herself from the Deadpool film. I will admit, she wasn't one of my favorite characters those first couple episodes. She was kind of like a spoiled brat kind of type character, but as the episodes progress, it does become more interesting with those arcs and connections to these characters. It becomes much more enjoyable as we shift from the simple revenge plot that she has going on against Lucifer to something a little bit more substantial. Almost exactly like the characters in the show, as those episodes go on, you do get to understand more of where she's coming from. I did end up enjoying her storyline. It has a big emotional payoff, even if for the most part her character is kind of convoluted in a general sense without going into too many details. This leads me into some of the criticisms I have about the final season of Lucifer, because for every writing decision that I did enjoy, there were a little bit other ones in the story choices that I wasn't a big fan of. They were a little bit perplexing, to say the least. As I said earlier, one of the big storylines of the season is Lucifer kind of struggling with the idea of going up and becoming God, and because he's not going up there to become God yet, things are really struggling down here on Earth because there's no one controlling things, and they kind of leave that on the back burner for many episodes as this plot going on with Rory is kind of happening. So it just seems kind of odd to leave something that seems so important on the back burner until towards the end of the season. Also, some of the story decisions we give to Chloe in the first half of this 10-episode season are kind of weird because she's not out there being a detective, so there's really not too much for her to do. They force upon her this weird subplot where they give her a Metadeal's necklace, so she kind of has superpowers when they go out on the town and do stuff, so she's like super Chloe, and it just feels out of place. Like, I don't know why until season 6 we give her this weird superpower arc, but we do. If you watch the trailer for season 6 like I did, one of the more confusing things about that trailer was the surprising appearance of Dan in it, and he is in the season, but I don't really like his inclusion in the season. I love Dan as a character, but his inclusion in the season is just a little off to me. It kind of undercuts the emotional poignance of his death in the last season, just having him be around in some shape or form in this season. It'd be one thing if it was like a 1 or 2 episode kind of thing, but he's predominantly like still a character even though he's dead. They've even taken away some of his screen time in this final season to give to some other characters that don't really get a lot of stuff to do, like Mazikeen and Eve, which is one of those things that I'm surprised by. They've kind of just not really had a lot of screen time in recent seasons. I do like that there are characters, there are a couple, but they don't really get a lot of stuff to shine in this final season especially. They do get one episode that's predominantly about their characters, and I thought it was a really cute episode, but otherwise they're kind of not too much of a factor towards the main storyline. I'm really glad though, after 6 seasons of teasing, we finally get a definitive answer on Ella, whether or not she figures out these people around her are celestial beings, because it has been a very long time. As far as where we leave things off in those final few episodes and we wrap everything up, I was satisfied as a fan of the show, especially in the place where we leave off with Lucifer and Chloe especially. It's hard not to get emotional as we see throughout all this season all the fun different moments we've had between Chloe and Lucifer throughout all 6 seasons. Not even just that, but the overall arc that we've seen Lucifer go on from start to finish, it just is a very satisfying conclusion. It goes for all of our cast members: Chloe, Maze, Eve, Amenadiel, Linda, Ella. Even if I do want more seasons of this show, of course, I do think this is a satisfying conclusion, and we could do leave things off in a place where I guess you could do stuff in the future if you really wanted to revive it one day, but I don't know how you would do it. All I know is because of the way that this series ends, I'm going to be blasting Welcome songs of the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance probably throughout the entire weekend because it's just such a great way to end the episode with that song. But yeah, even despite some messiness when it comes to the story beats, I'm very satisfied with the final season of Lucifer, season 6. It comes out this weekend, September 10th, so make sure you share your thoughts down below when you get a chance to check out the season. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of the story decisions here? Are you satisfied as a fan of Lucifer with this conclusion, or would you want more seasons, or are you not a fan of the ending? Either way, as I said, share your thoughts down below. It's part of the funnest time to discuss with you guys down below in the comments section. I love to all these movies and TV with you guys on the channel. Like I said, it's bittersweet that this is the final season of Lucifer, but, you know, at least it was a good run, right? As always, thank you so much for checking my reviews, especially these Lucifer reviews. It's been a lot of fun. Make sure you like it, the subscribe button. We get reviews, reactions, and boxes more on this channel. But next time, I'll see you guys later.